Okay, so we're going to do a quick overview of preterite versus imperfect and what the different uses are. So to sum up what preterite is used for, the preterite reports past actions or events that the speaker views as finished and completed, regardless of how long they lasted. So empecé a jugar el año pasado means I started to play last year. The verb to start indicates a sort of discrete amount of time. You're only starting for that moment in time. So that's part of the reason that we would use preterite for a verb like to start. Also, if I'm currently playing, that means I've already started, so that is considered finished. So basically, if something is over in your view, you would use preterite. Number 2 is it sums up a condition or physical or mental state viewed as completed. So, me dolió la rodilla todo el día means my knee hurt all day. If I'm saying my knee hurt all day, that indicates that it doesn't hurt now. Because if it still hurt, I would say my knee has been hurting since yesterday, for example. So this means that the pain is gone. I'm viewing it completely in the past. So it's summed up. It's over. So basically, preterite we use for events, occurrences, things that happen in the course of a certain given amount of time. So if you're telling a story, this isn't the background information, but this is the events that occurred. So if you go to imperfect, there are many more uses of imperfect. Because this isn't just the events, but this is setting the stage, and there's a lot of different ways that you can set the stage. So it describes past actions in the process of happening with no reference to the beginning or end. So if you're not being clear, so ayer te vi cuando ibas al estadio. Yesterday I saw you when you were going to the stadium. I saw you is an event, so that is in the preterite, vi. Ibas is in the imperfect because I don't know how long you were in a state of going to the stadium, and I'm not making any reference to how long of a time that was. So ayer te vi cuando ibas al estadio is yesterday I saw you when you were in the process of going to the stadium, but I just saw you for one moment of that. Describes a physical, mental, or emotional condition or characteristic in the past. So no jugué porque me dolía mucho la rodilla. I didn't play, which is in the preterite, because my knee hurt a lot. I'm not saying how long my knee had been hurting. I'm not saying if my knee still is hurting. I'm using imperfect because I'm not giving any reference to how long the pain lasted. It refers to a repeated or habitual action in the past. So siempre íbamos en bicicleta. We always went on bike. I'm not saying how many times. I'm just saying it happened a lot. It was a regular occurrence. So I use the imperfect for that. Describes or sets the stage in the past. Hacía frío y llovía. It was cold and raining. I'm not being clear about the exact time frames of those weather conditions, but weather conditions are considered background information, and so with weather, we generally always use imperfect. It expresses time in the past, so eran las 10 cuando terminamos. It was 10 when we finished. Notice that when we finished, terminamos, is in the preterite, because finishing is just like starting. It's one moment in time. Eran las 10, it was 10 o'clock. We use imperfect because I'm saying that's the background of when we finished. So being 10 o'clock, although it's a short little moment in time, it was 10 o'clock when some other event happened, so that's why I use the imperfect. It's used in indirect discourse, so me dijeron que no te gustaba, me dijeron que te gustaba el alpinismo, they told me that you liked mountain climbing. So if I'm basically quoting someone else or saying what someone else told me, I use the imperfect to express whatever your feeling was that you told me. Your age in the past, you use imperfect, so tenía 16 años, for example. We always use imperfect for age because that's also considered background